Alright, so Fort Game 3. At the beginning I forgot to turn on my camera. Sorry about that. All you missed was the breakout, not really much of anything. So my entire team decided to go to this fort at the beginning of the game because it's a really easy spot to defend, and we knew we had a much better chance of winning if we all just stayed here, because we were noticing that whenever a team started really losing, and a lot of people whenever they lost the fort, and we weren't going to let that happen this round. So I go up here in the tower, I think front left, yeah, and I get this guy at the barrels at the very beginning. He poked out a little bit too far, which isn't really a mistake. I don't think he saw me run up to the tower. Anyway, I'm on my knees a lot at the beginning here because I'm looking through the cracks in the wood, which is why I'm scooting around here a little bit, trying to figure out where the other team is, see if I can eliminate them, all sorts of stuff. And I drag my left knee through some of these paintballs, and I get paint on it. Just know that that's not a hit. I don't agree with cheating. You won't find me cheating. I don't like that. Takes the fun out of the game. So through this match, you'll hear me communicating with my teammates because it gets annoying whenever I don't see where the other team is, which is most of this game. And I'm looking around. I see that a few of them are in the mini fort, and I figure that's where most of them are because that's usually what happens in this field. And looking around towards all the places where I know that people usually are, like the mini fort, the low walls, stuff like that. So my buddy Jared does come up in this tower. I think because I had told him to watch the back of the fort at the beginning of the game because, you know, every once in a while you get that guy that takes the whole field and gets the fort from the back at the beginning of the game, and I didn't want that to happen. And so he stayed back and watched the back for a little bit, and then he came up in this tower and started helping me out. You see I'm starting to stand up more right now because I don't see many people, and my knees just got bent because I just got shot at. But yeah, I'm not seeing very many people. So the team breakup is Jared and I with some walk-ons, and then Jason and Tyler are on the other team. And see, this is me starting to get really risky because I'm not getting shot at, and so I'm poking my head up. I'm pretty much standing straight up, which is something I don't usually do, but I'm getting sort of bored. It's not like me to just sit back like this. So Jared doing a good job there, looking where he knows the enemy is, making sure none of them move. If they do, I'm sure he would have called it out, taking a few shots at him. But there's not much he could have done with the BT4, which is what the rental gun there at Black River is. So I'm looking around, and I see Tyler trying to rush the fort, which would just be in a little bit here. Tyler is a great paintball player. He figured out pretty early, I was talking to him later in the game, he figured out what we were doing pretty early, and he had to make a move. He said he was really annoyed because his teammates weren't doing anything. They were mostly staying back in the back, not doing much of anything, and so he tried to make a move, make something happen. It just didn't work out for him, but that'll be later in the game. So yeah, I'm just looking around here. Alright, I think this is the part. See, that is something I almost never do right there, to just lean out like that. I thought I saw someone running. You see, I did. He runs across there, get him before he can get there. Nice try, though. If I hadn't seen him in that split second of time, you see, I have a blind spot right behind that tower, and if he had been able to circle in without any of us seeing him, I think he would have got all of us, because, or at least most of us, because we weren't watching the back of the fort at this time because we had people in towers looking everywhere, and there's not very much of a chance that they can pull something like that off. So I'm just looking around here. You can see I'm standing completely straight up right now. See another person, but then they peek back in. And one note is that the stuff that you're seeing on camera is very different than what I'm seeing in real life, because the camera makes things seem way farther away than they actually are, and it's just something that happens with cameras. But I see that guy run towards the barrels, and I know we're going to have to do something about him. And so I'm shooting a few times at him. He's not poking out a whole lot. He knows I'm there because we're returning fire. And then Jared's looking at him trying to figure out what he's going to do. And then I see someone poke their head out at the fort. I think Jared may have thought that someone was shooting because he kind of crouches down there. But he makes a move on that guy at the barrels a little bit, poking his gun out. But he knows the limitations of his BT4 and he doesn't want to be wasting paintballs. And so he asks for me to cover him right here. I say go, ducks under my barrel. Very, very good. Ducking under my barrel like that. It's a rookie mistake to stand straight up. And so I'm looking around trying not to get hit in the back from the fort. The guy at the barrels, gets real close to getting me out right then. Like, I would have given that maybe a centimeter of room from my head. And so I say go right. Jared starts going left, but that's okay. And so I'm covering him. Jared makes a move up to the teardrop. And he does end up circling around and getting that guy at the barrels, even though I don't think it's on camera. But good job, Jared, for that. That was really cool. And so now we have a player outside of the fort, which changes the way you think about things. Because right now I know my guys are in a pretty defendable location. I don't have to worry about very many people. But now I have to look where Jared is, see what he's doing. And eventually, I just get bored of staying in the tower, and so I walk out of here in a few minutes, if not seconds. And they're trying to move up the field. And funny story, that person I was just shooting at's the one I was going to go get. It doesn't really turn out that way, but here we go. I tell my teammates where I'm going, and I go out in the back here. I can only take so much of quiet. Now, I'm not completely sure where he is right now, so I start trying to be quiet, looking around for him. I see him there, take a few shots, and move, because I don't want to get pinned down at one spot. Oh, nice little reflection there, that's cool. So I move up, and I blind spot him, which means that I know he can't see through that wood, and so I'm just going to walk straight up that, because that wood is covering me as long as it's in between me and him. And so I'm looking through the window at the fort, trying to figure out where the person is. I take a few shots, and I think I got him. This is a lesson in confirming your kills. I didn't get him, which is why that kill count in the bottom there didn't go up. And so I'm leaving this fort here. I'm going to go around. And I think that it's clear and everything's fine and dandy, but in actuality, it isn't, because I didn't see the player walk off the field. And from what I am told, those blue barrels I just passed is where this person was. And here you'll hear the ref and I talking, and I'm kind of confused because he's saying out, out, out. And I didn't feel like I got hit at all or even shot at. And it takes me a while to figure out that he means me. And I walk off, and what had happened was she, you can see her on the camera right there, had bunkered me. That's... And it was a surrender, and it was really, really embarrassing, but, you know, what can you do? I guess she blended in with the blue, and the ref there. He was a really good ref. Connor, his name. If you ever go to Black River, ask for Connor. He's great. So that's the end of it. I'm not too happy about getting bunkered, because I feel like I could have circled around and ended the game, but, you know, stuff happens. Please comment, and thanks for watching.